Well, hello again. We are still here in Africa. This is the fourth country on this tour of Africa. Started with Zambia, went to Ghana and Accra, and you've been seeing all the videos of all the different places. And then we went to Lomé in Togo. Now take a look at this city here. I'm up on top of a beautiful hotel here. Take a look. Have you ever seen a site like that? Any of you guess what city I'm in? You probably don't. I'm going to have to probably tell you. You can see probably one of the best sights we get of the city from up here. I'm I'm on a mountain on about the 8th floor, the top floor of this particular hotel. I want to just show you a few items. If you look way out over there, let's see if I can see it here. That tallest city that I'm pointing to right now, that there is going to be the largest building, I understand, in all of Africa. 74 stories high. That's even higher than the Shard that we have in London, which is our tallest, built by the Chinese. And if you see a lot of those structures back behind me, those are the Chinese building those buildings. Any of you guess where I'm at yet? No, you don't know where this is. Well, I'm in Addis Ababa, in Ethiopia. Amazing city. This is my 6th trip here. I've been here many times. I've been doing some talks. I've been doing some teaching while I'm here, attending a conference. Now I'm here to talk about Jesus Christ. One of the questions we always get about Jesus Christ concerns whether or not he really was a man of peace. And of course, Muslims say that Jesus was very much violent. They don't look at the Old Testament references, which they love to pull up. They look at a number of verses, and I'm going to go through these verses and answer them how we can answer as Christians. Let's start with Luke chapter 19. I've got it right here. Luke 19, verse number 27. And it says this: "But those enemies of mine who did not want me to be a king over them, bring them here and kill them in front of me." And this is Jesus speaking. So it looks like what Muslims say, that Jesus is claiming that we're to kill these people in front of us. That's in verse 27. But this is the problem, whenever you look at the Bible and you take a verse out of context, you need to read the full chapter. The full chapter of Luke 19. And you need to start with verse 11. Because when you start with verse 11, it says, "While they were listening to this, he went on to tell them a parable, because he was near Jerusalem, and the people thought that the kingdom of God was going to appear there at once." And that's the parable. He's talking about a parable. So what is a parable? Well, Jesus used parables all through his ministry. These are stories to have a truth. And this is the parable of the king sending out his servants. He gives them different money, and he wants to see what they do with it. And when they come back, he gives them the reward of what they've done with it. This man hadn't done anything with it, and so he says, "Bring him here before me and kill him." So what's that referring to? This is referring to the end times. And what Jesus is saying is every one of us is going to be held accountable in the end times, the judgment day. And God is going to ask us what we did, how we responded to especially how we responded to his death and resurrection. So this is not something that happened at the time of Jesus. He killed nobody. This is a parable, and Muslims need to understand that parables are how Christ taught his message. He gave the story, and by giving the story, then he helped people understand the meaning behind it. Okay, well, that's here in Ethiopia, Addis Ababa. As the traffic, you can hear it honking below me. I'll be moving on to some more verses really. But this is Jay for now, here in Addis Ababa. Over and out.